world-renowned opera singer Priti Yende is set to perform at King Charles III's coronation. The ceremony will take place at Westminster Abbey in London on the 6th of May. Members of the British royal family, foreign dignitaries and some members of the public will be in attendance. I said world-renowned, I should say world-renowned South African opera singer Priti Yende. She joins us this morning ahead of that event in just a few days' time. Priti, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us. How are you feeling?
Such a joy for me to be speaking to you this morning. I'm feeling excited and I'm so happy. So happy. Thank you for having me.
So tell us about, the invitation that you would have gotten. You'd have been approached by the British royal family, by the press of the British royal family to come and perform at the coronation. Tell us about that whole process.
I was actually asked by the king himself for me to come and perform the coronation. So that was like the hugest compliment and stamp of approval that anyone can ever ask for as an artist. I was performing at the Royal Opera House last year in London during the Electa in La Traviata, and I was invited by the Philharmonic Orchestra, which was celebrating 75 years at Windsor Castle. And of course, the Prince then, now King Charles III, is a patron of the Royal Opera, of the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. So I had not known at the time that he was going to be actually present at the event. So I met him for the first time then. And so that was like my first audition, I guess.
Without you knowing.
I really passed it without me knowing that I was actually being prepared, introduced on something so extraordinary as such as this. And so he was sitting right here on my left when I'm on stage, and I just could see, because I always like to see the audience when I'm performing on stage, so I could see everybody smile, but of course my attention was of course on the king. And I was watching and hoping that he's pleased, and I would see smiles, I would see warmth, and of course at the end of the performance I got to meet him in person. We shook hands, and he was so warm and so kind. He was so complimentary, and looking back to where we are today, I do believe that truly I made a great impression on him then.
Well, surely you did, and he was so complimentary for a very good reason, because you are Priti Yende, and what an incredible journey this has been for you, Priti. I think it would be nice for you to just take our viewers back a little bit to that. Was it a British Airways ad that you saw as a child all those years ago, and you saw an opera singer? You didn't have a name for the kind of singing that you saw at the time, but that's really where it all began.
In 2001, I was 16, and that memory is really embedded in my soul. When we talk about it, actually, every fiber of my being can still hear those two voices, behind the ad, because I didn't know it was humanly possible or it was human voices until my high school teacher, music teacher at the time, told me that, yes, Priti, it's called opera and it's humanly possible. And remembering how I was taught by my grandmother when I was 5 years old, music from the church, because music was always at home. I grew up with music. We would be washing dishes at the kitchen, and uncles and aunts would be in the living room and we'd be harmonizing hymns together. So that sound was always there. But the sound of opera was different. That got introduced to me when I saw that ad on TV in 2001.
Wow. And since then, what were you say that that's when you started investing in your voice and investing in this journey. But, this journey has just been astronomical, hasn't it? It's been 20-odd years since that day when you were 16 and you saw that advert on screen. And since then, it's just been one amazing thing after the other for you.
Absolutely. It seemed like I had thought I was alive before 2001. But when I heard the music, I was even more alive. I got introduced to so much more. Like, I grew up in Piet Retief, right? Now called Mkondo. And it's a small town. It's not like Johannesburg, Cape Town, or Durban. And so I got to travel. I got to be in Cape Town at the University of Cape Town to study music. I got to learn how to act. I had to learn how to speak other languages. I'm fluent in Italian and French because I sing mostly in Italian and French. I got to win one of the most amazing competitions in the world and prizes that were impossible to win. I won almost any possible prize in the first international competition that I did. in Vienna that got me invited to the Young Artist Program in La Scala in Milan. And looking at the past 10 years or so, I am amazed that actually, if we look back 10 years ago from today, I jumped in at the Metropolitan Opera House as La Contessa in Le Conterie by Rossini. And that really opened the door of this incredible Pretty Yende hashtag that has led us to here. So many other things that I can't even say them. I mean, prizes everywhere. I have a Metro FM award. I've got Order of Ikamanga from South Africa. I've got orders from Italy, orders from from France. So it's truly, truly incredible, amazing debuts. A new production was actually tailor-made for me just before the pandemic, La Traviata, which is one of my favorite operas to perform. And I mean, I can't even count them all.
And in fact, I want to ask you, are you ever back in the country? Because even today, you're speaking to us from Vienna. But even so, we're going to claim you as South Africa's Pretty Yende, right? I don't care how many languages you're fluent in. You are South Africa's Pretty Yende.
That will never change, Michelle. That's the core of my being. They always ask, what is it about South African voices? I'm saying, we carry so much in us. We carry the very sun of our country, of our continent, the soil, the mountains, the rivers. It is all in here. So I always want to go home, even if it's just a few hours. Me, when the sole of my foot touches the ground when I land in South Africa, it's like I'm revived again. And then I come back here and bring that sunshine and bring that joy, that rainbow nation that we all are. I carry that with me all the time. No matter how many great things can happen around me, which I'm so grateful for, but the core of my soul is really rooted in South Africa.
That is just so wonderful to hear you speak. And we're playing some visuals of you performing for our viewers here. And I hope our viewers can hear some of the sound underneath it. But even just seeing you on that screen, it's just amazing, the look on your face as you're performing. It's just incredible to see, Pretty. And, we're following your career quite closely. We hope that when you're in South Africa, you will come into studio here on the AM Report. I've got 2 questions for you as we wrap up our interview. What is next for Pretty Yende? You've done all of these incredible things. Surely the next step is Hollywood. Definitely.
You took it out of my mouth. I love you. Absolutely. You know what? Thank you. When I look back, I remember so well how I wished to share this joy that I felt when I heard this music for the first time. The love that was more than love, the joy that was more than the joy I knew as a child. And counting back the past couple of 22 years since it all started, I'm sure I have ministered sound to more than a few billion souls. But now singing at the coronation will be like, for the first time, like worldwide, it will be once. So that is an incredible opportunity for me, because it's a dream come true in a way, because I've always wanted to share this feeling with as many people as I can possibly can. And this is really a dream come true. What's next? I'm hoping for more help, because now the world is opening up even more, and so that we can enjoy this amazing gift of music, and for as long as we can.
Yeah. Pretty, what do you have planned for the coronation? It's the 6th of May, a few days away. Can you give us a sneak peek into your plans?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. I cannot ruin it. You must wait for it. It's exciting.
Well, we can't wait to see it. And you will certainly be the highlight of the King's coronation. Pretty Yende, set to perform there, invited personally by King Charles III himself. Pretty, it's great to see you. Can't wait to see you here in studio. Come and join us. Come and see us when next you're back on home soil. Pretty Yende is world-renowned opera singer and, of course, a South African.
I feel pretty and witty and bright, and I pity any girl who isn't me tonight. I feel pretty that I hardly can believe I'm real.
Govan, it's Michelle. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Michelle. Yes, I can.
Sure, we're coming to you now.
Can you hear
Yeah, got you. It's a bit loud there, but I can hear you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.